So interesting, the timing, the focus on this area. Let's start with the round, what you need this capital to do.
So, hello, it's incredible to be here. So we raised $140 million, led by Apax Digital, to make sure that we can keep AI at bay and we can make sure that models are doing only what we want them to do and not things that we don't want them to do. And we're going to use this capital to continue our research activities to make sure that we can always be at the forefront of everything that can go wrong and make sure that our customers, who are the frontier models and Fortune 500, can use AI and advance unafraid.
Noam, recent events have been labeled as sort of watershed moments for AI, but I assume that your company has some history, that you thought about this idea before some of the incidents in the last couple of months. What was the sort of catalyzing concern that you had?
So we started the company about 8 years ago, and that was before AI was a thing. We're still protecting social media, big tech, against everything that can go wrong on the internet. Anywhere from fraud to abuse to manipulation to cyber attacks on individuals and companies. And during that time, protecting these companies, and if you use the internet today, you probably were protected by something that we created. We gathered a massive, let's call it like a database of harmful activities, of things that can go wrong. And now we're seeing how those things that were used by individuals are now being amplified with AI. So we renewed and got bigger. And now we're actually taking that knowledge and understanding how that can be leveraged with AI to cause harm to even more people, to even more enterprises. Right. And now we're protecting those kind of companies.
Noam, I won't go over every single detail that's happened in the last 3 months, but basically 2 OpenAI frontier models escaped a sandboxed environment and breached a third-party platform in Hugging Face. Since that happened, how much has interest in your technology accelerated, literally in response?
So the interest was always high, and that incident obviously created even more interest. And to understand what happened, like the models effectively escaped a sandbox, which was a human error. It wasn't a model really like escaping, and there's no reason to panic. But models are becoming more and more capable. They're becoming more capable in coding, in cybersecurity, in other topics, and they would be even more capable in creating harms around different topics. And our mission is to make sure that the research is at the frontier, that we're discovering everything that could go wrong, because you can't really protect against things you don't know that can happen. So our mission is to make sure that we're always one step ahead of bad actors, and we can help our customers make sure that their models are doing exactly what they're supposed to do and not things they're not supposed to do.
We discussed the human failings with the CEO of Irregular and also with Clem DeLong of Hugging Face. You can find those interviews online. You work with Anthropic. So just as a case study, could you tell us about the work you do with them?
So I can't refer specifically to the work we're doing with a specific company and everything that is out in the open, and there's a lot of writing about that and publications from their behalf. But what I can say that our work is to stress test models to figure out what could happen and break them and see that they're actually getting broken and provide the solutions for it. So without getting too much into the details and being a bit oversimplification, we're helping them train the models in order for them to be safer. We're figuring out what could happen, and then we're providing the solutions to make sure that it will never happen. And we're working with the frontier labs and also with enterprises that are either using their products or open weights models in order for them to be as safe as the best models in the industry. Because effectively, we're seeing the market demands democratization of usage of AI. And right now, there's democratization of harm as well, when we want to make sure there's also democratization of protection and safety and security. And that's all what we're about.